All right, welcome to the Art of Sound show. This is a live show. I thank you guys for joining me, viewing this video. Decided to do a little something different this time. I did not post a event like I usually do and give people time to view. I kind of wanted to. Actually, I didn't know if I was going to come on or not. But anyway, we're going to get started or whatever. I just wanted to show you guys a few tips, a few things I actually came across. Um, I was trying to do some live drums, and I have the Focusrite Pro 40, which has eight mic pre's in it, right? Eight, I can hook up eight mics to it, and I actually needed a little bit more. And what I usually do, I usually will have my Focusrite with eight mics hooked up to it, and then I'll grab my laptop and hook up another two mics to do like a room, just recording the drums in the room like I'm doing live drums. So basically, I have my kick, my snare, my hats three times connected, right and left overhead mic, and yeah, I think that's it. And that totals out to eight inputs, right? But then I need a room mic, so I'll have my extra laptop, and then what end up happening is once I'm finished with everything, I get everything. Oh, and the headache of like retaking is just like, oh my God, you retake, and then I have to start it on one system and then go to the next system. So what I did was I was just thinking, I do know that on the Pro 40, I can get up to 20 inputs at one time simultaneously, right? But how do I do that when there's only eight mic pre's on the back? Like, where do I may have to buy something else, whatever. No, daisy chain. And I know about daisy chaining, but I was just thinking, like, I'm not about to go and purchase another Focusrite when I have about maybe five different interfaces in my face, but not. I never tried to link them up anything like that. Okay, well, let me tell you guys this. The first thing that I've ever purchased was a Duet by Apogee. It's only um two mic pre's on here. Okay, this is if you guys are familiar with this is the Apogee Duet, and I love it. This was like the best thing going on when you record inside of Logic Pro. Logic Pro 8 or 9 at the time so I had this for years pretty much. Um, the breakout cable still the same. Um, I mean, this is pretty much how it looks after I get it untangled. But I have one mic hooked up to this, which was my room mic. So you get two of these, mic inputs or whatever, and then you get uh, two line inputs for like guitar or bass, you know, things like that. And then you have two monitor outs, which is like this, and it has like you know, the little purple thing that indicates that that's for out, which is pretty cool. And that's how I will run my sessions using this thing for so many years. Um, when I upgraded finally to the well, actually, I was doing my work. I moved to the next phase, still using two mic pre's. I was using the M audio inbox. I'm sorry, I was using the inbox. Still two mic pre's, whatever. But that's not even, it was just something else that I had. Um, what I consider an upgrade was when I purchased the Focusrite Pro 40. Now this gives me everything that I need, and I was, recording whatever. But what if I can get two more inputs? Okay, cool. I was thinking, man, I never, I actually tried doing like research, or whatever, seeing if I can find something where I can daisy chain the duet with the Focusrite, and couldn't find nothing. But I just went on here and tried it anyway, and it worked. So I figured out a way to get everything to work. Now I have the total of 10 inputs instead of just the 8 that comes on the Focusrite Pro 40. Let me take you guys to my screen and kind of show you what I did. So what I did was, please excuse my screen. It's going to probably, okay, I have Logic Pro set up now, but that's not what I'm showing you. But what I did was I had to go here. I had to go to the audio devices, okay? You need to have this on your computer. Audio devices, and I created another instances of aggregate device. So it's really this, but I created my own and renamed it. That way I know what it is. And all I did inside of here was I activated the Sapphire, which is the 8. As you can see over here, it says 2020. So I can get 20 in, 20 out. And I activated the Duet as well. Make sure I check both of these right here. And basically up here, what it will tell you is Sapphire up here, you get 1 through 8 mic pre's, okay? They, IP1, IP2, all the way to IP3. I mean IP8. I'm sorry. And then 9 is spit of left, spit of right, and then that's what all the other inputs are. 8 at 1, 8 at 2. You get all the way up to 8 at that you can record. Using I guess if you was to legally daisy chain on this thing. So I don't know if I'm legally daisy chaining, but it works. What I'm doing, I'm just using aggregate device, and the Duet, which is selected, gives me 21 and 22. So mic 1, mic 2, which is the mic inputs I just showed you on the Duet. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, if I get 8 mic pre's, that means 9 will be the Duet. But no, it's 21 and then 22. So if I'm coming in mic 1, the first mic, then it'll be 21. Then the second one, which will be 22. Okay, cool. So then I went back up here to Sapphire because I wasn't getting any sound at first. And you make sure you select it for the input stream too. Now, if yours don't work, just try switching between both. I'm not really sure what it have to be selected for, and make sure to say internal. I guess I don't know if that really makes a difference, but that's just how mine set up, and I had it to work because at first it didn't, and I was like, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna close out of this, and what I did here inside of Logic, I pull up the preferences, the audio, in the devices tab, select devices, and right here, as you can see from my output devices, technically this would say Sapphire, but since I'm doing the show, I'm recording through Soundfly Bed right now, so that's why that's selected for that. But the input, it says KJeih devices because that's what I renamed it. Other than that, it'll say aggregate device, right? So KJeih devices is what I just set up for Focusrite and Duet to come to record in. Now when I go down here, I set up 9 tracks to do just drums. So when I go in here and select, you see it got 1 all the way to 22. So that 21 will be mic input 1 on the Duet, and then mic input 2 for input 22, right? So it works. So what I did was I have my kick coming in at line 1 all the way up until here, which is 8. This is the 8th mic on the Pro 40. All right. Then I got my room mic. I'm just doing one room mic for right now, coming in at 22. All right. And it works. It worked. I was like surprised, like, wow, I could have like saved myself a lot of time in all the other previous work that I've ever done, doing drums or whatever. So, well, anyway, while we have this up, I can show you what I did. The song I'm about to show you is not originated by me. There's actually a song by Planet Shakers, which is an awesome group. Um, yeah, a worship rock group. I love them. I love their sound. I love everything about them. And I'm just using this as an example. Actually, my boy John Mike from Dynamics Music redid the song. Well, not redid it, but working on the tune, was working on it. You know, I guess a cover art or whatever. The music is not like everything is not there, like guitars and things like that. This was just a skeleton, you know, just something basic, just so I could put my part in. And I sent it back to him, and you know, everything else will be added or whatever. So this is not even a finished product, but this is like for cover purposes. Just wanted to show you guys how I did it. Um, but anyway, I'm going to mute this, and this is pretty much what I did. Please don't judge me. I'm still editing it, and I guess I'll edit some on the fly just to show you guys how we can get this to perfection. I've already begun to kind of edit a little bit. I had some things going on in the audio that I did not like, so I got them out like this. But what I need to do is come back and add a fade or fade out or crossfade between here, because that's sloppy and you will hear that. I'm very aware of that. But what I was trying to do was quickly edit this and send it over so the other instrumentation can be inserted in this project. But for the time being, while we're on the show, you know, it just showing you guys what I'm doing. You know, this show actually, and this is the reason why I said I may have not been able to do this shows, because I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm doing things like this, and this is a part of what I'm doing. And I figured, you know what? Why not go on the show? Let's go live anyway, and just like so basically, I will be working while I'm going live. How about that? So I'm currently working on this as we speak, and kind of edit a few points. And this is what it sounds like. Okay, so basically what I did was I I added a drum, like a simple drum loop, I guess that's what you, if that's what you want to call it. Two instances of let's see, what is this? Synth box and Steely Beats. This is stock stock sounds straight out of Logic Pro X. So I didn't bring in anything. I didn't use machine anything. It was just something to help me stay on time as close as possible, because I'm not a professional like these other people I watch on YouTube. So I need something to kind of keep me there, as close as possible, you know. So and here's the music. This is what we did. Again, this is not my music. I'm just only using this for demonstration purposes, just so you know, letting you guys for copywriting, copyright issues. This is just to show you how you can get your audio working or whatever. I'm not even using the music from the actual artist. This is something that we, you know, kind of redid. So this is how it goes. Yeah, I gave myself 2 bars, as you can see. This is really a start. This is one where it is at 3, but I gave myself 2 bars to kind of come in and do like a crescendo cymbal type thing. So that's what it sounds like. Okay. All right. So as you can see right here, there's like a little animation going on, and this is the only thing that's going on in this track. My snare was a bit loud right up in here, and I kind of brought that down in the animation. Um, Usually, what I would do, I will group, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. I will group the drums in order to edit them all at the same time. Let's group these, and we're gonna call them drums. And we're gonna bring down the settings. We want to select editing selection. And basically, what I'll be doing is you can have these different options checked depending on what you're doing. So at the moment, volume, I'll leave it checked for right now. I don't think I'm doing anything. Well, no, I don't think I'll be doing anything as far as volume individually. If I need to do something, it'll probably be individual. So all I need is the ability to edit the drums in whole. Automation mode, yeah. Mute, probably there won't be any mutes going on. But basically, you can arm these all at the same time. Like if you was to do it like this. Um, Actually, you can arm stuff just by selecting all the tracks at one time, and you can arm it, like that. Let's take that off there. Let me show you. See, see that? I was able to arm everything, just like that, just by selecting. And if I'm not selected, I can arm just one at a time, right? But if I have it armed over here, for record all at one, and if I'm selecting just one, it will arm them all because that's what you told it to do. But that's not what we're doing. We're gonna unarm that. All we're doing is we just want the ability to edit. So check this out. When I click here, it's gonna click them all, and that's what we want to do. And it only selected the drums and not anything up here above. Now I'm looking at this and I already know that I'm going to experience an issue because I have 9 takes here and this says 5 and this says 4. Now all of these are corresponding because what will happen is I will be editing the ninth take and there's no indicate. You know what? Let's listen. I don't think I will be doing much in this section anyway, so I think I'm good. Now I heard something that I want to edit because I heard me hitting that rad by accident. Heard that? I was like, where was that? Like right in there. Right here. Now this is one of them instances And as you can see, when I select that, it select them all, right? Because that's what I told it to do. But that's not necessarily what I want to do, because this happened like, I just wanted to see what that the one other thing is. You can also make the wave form bigger so you can see. So I'm gonna make it a little bigger like that so we can see. I was looking at this right here, but really what I need to edit is this right here. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is deactivate the editing for just this one region right here, and I want to take that out. And normally what I would do is I'll take that out and add a fade or a cross tool or whatever have you right there. But because we have several takes going on, it won't allow me to do that. So right now I'm kind of just cleaning up, and I'll just add the fades later. Because, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm doing it this way. It sounds like I'm making it more complicated than what it really is. Actually, it is, but I am really anxious and clean it up. I probably should do it the other way and kind of find out what I'm going to do first. That's probably what I should do, because I have several takes, and I'm still undecided of which one I'm gonna use for different sections. And basically, what takes are, these are like the other times that I did it, which is, this is one, and I think it's between the last one and the latest one that I wanted to use. So now I can actually go between stuff and select stuff in different, I can select, okay, I like that. It's grayed out now because I'm not using this region right here. I'm using this one up here, but this down here is grayed out because it's not being in use, but I can select it. And this is it's called Compton, people. We're Compton audio files, and it will reflect up here, but that's not what I'm doing right now. What I need to do is select what I'm going to do, and then bounce everything separately. That way that there are no takes on it, and then edit. That's what I should do. That's what I should do. So I'm showing you guys just a weird, long way of doing it, but that's okay. Still hear that rad right there, because it's right there too. Because this is left and right. Yep, it's definitely the long way. Definitely the long way. So that really meant it means that I am also getting it in the snare. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, it was in the snare, and what I'm going to do is deactivate this for now. Okay, so I'm going to edit the snare this little thing right there. So you can bring that back a tidbit. So at that point is where I need to add a fade out, but I'll fix that later. Actually, I could bring this all the way up because that's just the time. And really, to be honest with you, I really should bring all of that back. You know what I'm saying? I could technically do that because all I need is snare on this channel right here. So you understand what I'm saying? In order to get a real clean drum track, now that's what I would usually do, but for the sake of the show, I'm not gonna go into that right now because that could take all day, and I'm sure you guys do not want to see boring editing. But as you can see, I could just go in and just boom, take all that out. That's not snare. As you can see, the transients, that's the snare. You know, you can definitely tell which is what. You know, I could do it like that. And I could pretty much tell what's what. But because I'm doing like ghost notes and things like that, I try not going deep like that because I could be actually erasing some snare parts. But that's just a few right there, just to show you guys what's going on in regards to editing drums. I think more so down here is where I keep things a little bit more simple. And let's see, if I was to select this and cut it here, and I think that's what I want, because what I did was, I know I'm kind of moving kind of fast, but that was redundant. moving kind of fast. Wow, said that twice in one sentence. But anyway, I wanted all of these to reflect each other. This is the fourth take, 4, 4, 4, all the way down. So now I can turn the editing back on. I thought it'd be a simple way to turn it back on, but okay, whatever. Okay, so now when I edit something, and I believe it was really more so down. Yep, there's no bass line, there's no guitars or none of that. How was you able to record drums without that stuff, right? Because I feed off the entire band. That's the type of musician that I am. I have to have everybody there, but I did it. I did it anyway, kind of imagine what it would be. So, and it was spare at the moment, so it is what it is. Sometimes I will use the metronome click while I'm playing. Kind of listen to the click against the grid and kind of make my adjustments like that, I would do it like that as well. Then I would move, like depending on what I'm doing, I oftentimes move the drums, the drum audio, kind of move it up here where I can see it off of the grid up here. Let me show you what I mean. I can see the transients and where they're supposed to be. So like, okay, let's use the kick for example. See, boom, make that line up at 1, and I will probably grab this and move, but that's close enough. I don't want everything to be technically like perfect, you know what I'm saying? Because then it won't sound human. Now, right up in there. Now, this right here will begin to be one of those really difficult edits because I have the rag going on, and if it's not edited properly, it will sound like it's being cut or edited. Typically, what I would do, this is where I would use the crossfade and things like that to clean it up, make it smooth. But I don't think I want to do that right now. I don't want to cut there. So we at 110. That's not what I want to do. What I would suggest doing is do what I said earlier and just go and kind of count what I want. And this is what I'm going to do. Okay. I do remember that. That's one point that I want to edit. Let's see what it sounds like if I do this. Actually, if I just move it over, it might sound better. I just know it was off to me. Yeah. It was that last kick before, like this right here. It was like too late. I'm just gonna move it, nudge a little bit, just like that. Sound good to me. I think this was also factored to that over just a tad bit. Now, I didn't get like a click sound in there because there wasn't any cymbals. It was some cymbals still ringing right up in here. But this is the part where I will clean up later. I will do a crossfade because I cut between, and this is not good, folks. I'm showing y'all the wrong way of doing things, but it's good that we're going through this, and I'm addressing these situations because in case you guys come across problems and you're wondering why you're getting certain sounds or different things going on, you know why. You know you seen the wrong way that KJeih did it, and that's not the correct way. But because I've been doing this for so long, I just just go straight to the problem, and I know you know what to look for. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just go. Okay. Now, right in this area was where I turned the snares back on, and that's not what I want to hear. And it's really right here. So right here, I'm going to turn this off to just edit the snare right there. I'm going to take that out. And there's an hi-hats too. So we're going to turn that off. Let's see. It picked up in here, I believe. I'll turn that off. So that's a nasty cut. I don't want y'all doing that. But I'm just showing you guys. Just trying to get rid of the problem. And the reason why I can do this like this because This is the overhead down here. These are the mics that I have placed above the drums. And for this section anyway, it's the bass drum and the toms that are really um, heavy in this area. So it's not really cymbals. Cymbals, for the most part, is what picks up in overheads. Um, when editing those, you want to be careful. Again, I'm doing this the hard way, but I'm just trying to clean up stuff here, I guess. Like you can definitely hear the edits, because I got them solo. But if I turn off the solo and you hear it in the whole, you won't hear it. Yes, you will. So that means I got to do something else. So let me do this. Okay, so it's really right. Okay. I will need to put that back because that's not cool. Let's just come back to that. Okay. I think I'm satisfied with what I did. I listened back to it early after I did it, and I just knew that there are some changes I wanted to make, and it doesn't really sound that bad. In regards to timing issues, whatever. But you know what? I did some things in the other takes that I wanted to do, that I wanted to leave or put back in the mix. But I'm actually, I guess I'm satisfied with this. So, well, that's pretty much it. That's really what I really wanted to show y'all. Um, I wish I could have showed y'all the correct way of editing, but the way that I showed you guys, that's definitely not a wrong way. It's just a longer way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? A different way of doing things. I have several ways that I edit. That's not by far the only way that I edit drums. I have several ways that I edit drums. It depends on what I'm doing. Depends on the tune. Depends on how bad I sounded. Um, Yeah, it just depends. And when you record drums, it does not sound like that. First off, there are a lot of plugins that I added in this song to get it like that. Beef up the sound, make it sound like that. Got some reverb going. Had to do some EQs on certain things, and I had to with my kick. Although the kick is like bassy, what I tried to do, I guess I can show you a couple of things in regards to the kick, because this is what a lot of people, I guess, make a mistake at. I guess um, the kick, you don't want that to fight with the bass, but this is the EQ settings here for the kick, right? And I have a preset and just did a little bit of customization, a little bit of my own because I wanted to hear something. But as you can see, what's going on, and it really depends on what you got. Um, excuse me. It depends on how you recorded it in, what you're using, what mic you're using, things like that. Because this may change depending on different mics, because different mics have different frequency ranges. You might have a mic that you're using that may provide more low end or more high end. Depending on what you're using, you make these adjustments accordingly. In my case, I wanted that punchy, and I have I have I have a little bit of, well, I say 2K going on right here. Just bring up a little high end, and don't be afraid of that. You know what I'm saying? Bring that up over there to get it that punchy. That actually what I did didn't really matter that much because everything falls right in. That's what I love about this analyzer right here. You can see what's going on. Everything really falls right here. So that probably didn't really make a bit, but definitely got some. See, that's what I'm saying. It depends on what you're doing, because in this case, I have some things going on over here. Say, what is this? The 30, the 30 hertz, and then right here, 80. Yeah, make it peak a little bit around there. So, and then I have compression on it, which is very important, which will give you that attack. I'm just using the regular default compressor. I'm not using any third. This is Logic's default stuff, which I think is pretty awesome. It gets the job done. It's simple, straight to the point. Bam. Brought down the compressor threshold. I got the limiter on here, definitely to prevent it from peaking. And if you notice, my compressor is the last one in the chain. Okay. Then I got this. Now I do have that on there. Got the KJeih plugin over there, and I got the EQ, KJeih, and then the compression right here. Actually, need to bring that down. I want my attack to be a little bit harder. Okay. Yeah, a quicker attack. That's what I was looking for. All right. Not really showing you guys any mixing techniques right now, but I was just showing you a little bit of how I edit drums and my daisy chain setup. And I know you guys was, probably wondering like, how you get it to sound like that. And I'm actually still working on the sound. It's not perfect like I want to, but that's what I came up with so far. As I continue working on it, it will obviously become better and better and better, and sound better and sound more polished, things like that. Let me see. Didn't even check to see if I had any questions. Um, Daniel, wow, it's been a while since you've been on the shows, or unless you've been watching and not saying nothing. But I think I definitely thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Cool. All right. Well, we're pretty much at the end of the show. Um, Stay locked with me. Subscribe to the website www.ksound.com. KSOUNDD is how I spell K Sound. I got some other things going on. I will release when the time is right. I'm always working on something. I'm always trying to do something. So that's just me. All right, stay tuned. We do these shows every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I love to see you guys. I usually these shows I usually geared towards people who have questions, and I answer questions live. So like you want answers, I can show you, bam, right here in your face, and put the camera on stuff and show you a screen and different things like that. So that's what these shows are really geared towards. So you guys were wonderful as always. Um, and I'm out of here. All right.